All right, we're out in the shop again today. Gonna continue working on this awning. I gotta get these back two gates built today. Come from the left side, meet in the middle. One come from the right side. And I've also got to get this short piece of railing built right here on the left side of the stairs. Just going from here and down. Still got to get my gussets welded in, and then that'll about do it for all the welding. And then we can start on the, well, I need to start on painting first, doing the bed liner product on top. So, oh, we changed our minds again. With the roof, we're going with a galvanized corrugated tin, and then we don't have to paint it, and I think it'll look really cool with the lighting that we're going to do on this thing. It also is cheaper, so we changed that. What else? I think that's about it. So just got me and Levi today. Chelsea's at work all weekend, and we are only going to work on this for a few hours today because we got the demo derby tonight, so we're going to go watch that. But I'm going to get started on these gates. This one's all welded together. I'll go back and grind all these corners flat after we get the other one welded up, and then I can start putting the spindles in them. All right, I got the frames all put together and the corners all ground down nice and smooth. These are ready. So I was going to do the spindles on these before I hung them, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get them hung first. And I'm using these barrel hinges. These are weld-on barrel hinges. I don't know if you've ever seen those before, but they work great for projects like this. They even have a grease cert on them. So I was in Casper yesterday actually to get the sheet metal for the roof, but then we changed our minds and decided to go with the corrugated tin, and went to 4 different places looking for those barrel hinges yesterday. Cobwebs. And nobody had them, but luckily one of my buddies from work, he had a handful of them, so he hooked me up. So thanks, Cody, I appreciate that. I gotta buy him lunch yet for that. But so these gates, I'm gonna go ahead and get them hung, and we'll start welding in the spindles then. Actually, that'll probably be it for today because I need to get cleaned up and get ready for the derby tonight. But yeah, we'll get them hung and that's it today. Look who finally showed up to work today. He's like 3 hours late, but he's finally out here to help me. And not in the proper attire for welding, I would say. What do you say? You're gonna have to buy donuts now since you're late for work.
What? That's not fair.
It is fair. If you're late for work, you buy donuts.
Since when is that a rule?
Since always. All right, he's gonna help me hang these gates. going down. I may have screwed up though. I went a little too far and I got onto my grease cert there. So that grease cert is never going to be replaced. But that's all right. I welded this so that the whole gate can be lifted off from the top side. And I will have a bolt. Don't touch that, it's warm. I will have a bolt right above the top barrel on that hinge. That way it can't vibrate off of those at all. So anyways, with this grease cert, I can pull the gate off and I can put a little bit of grease in that bottom part right there. So it'll be okay. Okay, let's get the other side welded on, bud.
Okay.
All right, we got those two hung, ready for spindles. I ordered some latches off of Amazon. They won't be here till next week, but there'll be a spring-loaded latch down at the bottom, just a pin that goes into a hole on each one, and then at the top it'll be, well, it's similar to these right here that we have on the ramps on the trailer. Kind of cinches them tight. I have a similar latch to that on the top of the gates there that kind of draws them together and just stiffens them up. So those won't be here till next week, so that'll be next weekend. But that's all we're gonna get done for today. We got to get cleaned up and get ready for the Derby tonight. So we'll see you tomorrow.
2 hours later.
Sunday now. I'm gonna try and get all these spindles welded in on the back gates today, and maybe try and get this gate built for the stairs here. We'll see. But we're out of spindles that are cleaned up, so I gotta spend another hour or so cleaning all the rust off of these spindles. That and the gates are about a 1/4 inch shorter as far as overall height. So all of my spindles are a 1/4 inch too long, so I've got to cut a 1/4 inch off every single one of them before I clean them up or after I clean them up, doesn't matter, but they've all got to be shortened. So I'm gonna get that done and then get them welded in. Well, we're not quite done yet. I had Levi take over for the cleaning up all the rust off of these spindles, but I think it's about time we head to the hardware store and get a new wire wheel. What do you think?
Yeah, it could use a new wire wheel.
Yeah, I think we've used that one up about as much as possible, and the gap between the rest here and the wheel is getting pretty big, and it keeps trying to grab a hold of the spindle and suck your hands in, so it's not safe anymore. We're gonna go get a new one and continue on. All right, we got the new wire wheel on the grinder. Levi's gonna continue cleaning the rust off of all the spindles. I'm gonna go ahead and get started welding in some of these while he gets ahead of me a little bit so I can cut them to length. Alright, we got the gates all done. Definitely didn't get as much done today as I wanted to, but gates are finished up except for the latches. I think they turned out pretty nice. Real close to being level, a little tiny bit off from side to side, but that won't matter because they're going to get pinned on the bottom, and once they're pinned on the bottom, that'll hold them nice and even. So here, bud, I'll give you this. I'm going to show them the stairs too. We also got this little railing done next to the stairs here, and we changed the way that the stairs are anchored up for traveling down the road. I had to make new bolts to bolt these up because the old ones weren't long enough. These are quite a bit longer. Anyways, you get the idea. Screw those down. It's ready for travel. So what else? We still got to get, I didn't get to the gussets today up top. Still got to get that done next weekend. I think next weekend we should be able to finish this up, I hope. except for maybe some of the paint. I don't know, we'll see. But Levi, you haven't done a joke of the day in a while. You got one for us?
Yeah.
What is it?
How do you make a tissue dance?
I don't know.
You put a little boogie in it.
Okay. All right, that's all we got for you this weekend. Thanks for watching.